What's up? I am stuck in Seoul today because I had an appointment and then I had another appointment, but they're like spaced out pretty far, but they're also spaced out close enough to where I can't really go back home in the middle I can, but it wouldn't be worth it because I'd be home for like an hour. And there's not much I can do for an hour, and it's a waste of time and money and energy, and I want to go outside and be a person. Oh my god, sorry. Okay. It is Friday, July 4th, 2025, around 12:46 p.m. I just got finished with a psychiatrist appointment because I have emotional damage from, sorry, it's a meme, from all of the insane things that keep happening to me, specifically and especially the current landlord drama and the labor union drama. So I'm going to, I have to go to like a psychiatrist for that to get like anti-anxiety meds and like depression meds and everything because I am gonna KMS if I don't get help. So I got help and now I got some more medicines, paying a buttload of money all the time because of the abuse that I experienced, which is really fun. So now I have a bunch of time to kill in Seoul. I'm nauseous, shaky, anxious, so I don't really want to eat anything right now. I need to just kind of chillax a little bit, and so I'm gonna go to the, what am I talking about? I just saw some pots and pans for sale and I got distracted. I'm becoming an old housewife now. I love kitchen. I'm gonna go to the statue of the labor union guy. He wasn't in a labor union, but his martyrdom kind of like started it. Kind of, in a way. Oh my goodness, there's a truck. So I like this area because there's like markets all over the place. There's cool stuff going on. It's a lot for the senses. But it's actually a very beautiful, cool place. It's a lot more traditional, still not traditional, but like it's more traditional than the rest of Seoul. It's also like a toy market. They call it Toy Street or something, where it's like a market that mostly has like pet shops and toys and stationery stores and stuff that kids love. It's where I always go shopping for Christmas and birthday gifts for my students and my friends' kids, I guess. But also that's where the textiles market or textiles factories and markets were, and still are actually. The factories aren't here, but the markets are. Where Juntae worked and where he did his ultimate final purpose by setting himself on fire and sacrificing himself for the attention to the labor rights issues going on at the time. I think I'm currently older than he was when he died. Like by a lot, by like several years. He was in his early 20s, I think. And so this place brings me kind of peace. It's just really pretty here. The skies are really gray and nasty because it's going to rain. I just walked past the statue, but there's not a lot of benches to sit on. So I'm going to cross and go to the other side. I don't know if I can cross here, but I don't think it really matters because no one's driving. Oh god, I feel nauseous, I feel sick, I feel like a booty hole today. I just feel horrible because of the physical toll, the stress and anxiety are taking on me. Oh god, okay. I had to cancel like what I call work yesterday because I call it work to make the terminology easier, but it's not really work because I don't get paid. But like But I am being diligent with it because I'm trying to, like, I'm doing, sorry, I'm way too close to camera. I'm doing what's called tutoring, but it's not tutoring, if that makes sense. So, like, I'm doing the activity of tutoring, but I'm not getting anything in return. My nose rings are being crazy. But I'm not getting anything in return. I'm, like, networking and building a base of students and stuff. And sometimes these students will give me gifts or, like, food or something. Like, I get, usually I'll get, like, a packet, like a case of Spam or something from one of my students for the holidays or whatever. I'll get sometimes cash gifts because they're my friends, and they'll just give that to me if they know that I'm needed or I'm struggling or something. They'll give me, like, household supplies and stuff. So, but I treat it like it's work, because once I get my residency visa, I'm going to do that as work. I want to build that network, and they know that. They know that, like, once I get my F visa, they're gonna have to pay for my lessons. But they also know that because of my current visa, it's illegal for me to get money from them for lessons. So technically I can't do anything, I can't get anything in return for the services that I provide. So I'm mostly doing it for free, and it's up to them if they want to give me a gift or send me something as a thank you for that, but it's not required. But I call it work because it's just easier to use in everyday language, but I have to be careful because if I'm posting anything online about it or talking to anyone official, like a police officer or like an immigration officer or anything, you have to, like, not say work, because then you can't, it puts you at risk if you don't have a very good explanation for it, because they might be like, nah, you're not allowed to do that, here's a fine that you have to pay. But I want to show you the statue, but I don't want to show you, like, a bunch of people. Here. There's the statue. There he is. Apparently this is exactly the spot where he died. If that's true, I don't know exactly where he died. I don't know if there's a way to know. I don't know if there are photos of the event, because it happened when cameras were existing. Yeah, but, like, the around it is really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Oh my god, I stepped on something. This is Cheonggyecheon. Hold on, let me grab my water bottle so it doesn't get stolen or knocked over. This is Cheonggyecheon. I got my phone in the water. Oh my god. Cheonggyecheon, straight down. This little thing here, that is a crane. Very beautiful birds. Terrifying though. This is actually from my understanding, I may be wrong, this is the path that they used to walk with the king to get from palace to palace. That's what it says on the walls. If you go down, like, this way towards the camera, like, turn around and go the other way, eventually you'll get into, like, the main business area, main business district of Seoul, and in that area there's, like, a waterfall and, like, some you can see up there, like, stepping stones, so you can, like, go across. There's more of those. It's more of a touristy place than a natural place up there. They've renovated it well. And on the walls, you can see there's, like, the walls here. On the walls, the other direction, there's like paintings of what it would have looked like and information. I'll show you. Why am I telling you? I'll go walk it. I'm not feeling that sick today anymore. I mean, I feel sick, but, like, not as much as usual. Yeah. The statue means a lot, and this sacrifice means a lot, but unfortunately, the labor union that was created, that was born out of his sacrifice, betrayed me and screwed me over horrifically. Like, the organization itself is lovely, and I like it, and I wish I could still be a part of it, but the specific department, I guess you would call it, that I was in, that I qualified to be in, is corrupt and neglectful and abusive. And so unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do to make it better. I guess I may try to make my own union. Once I set up my NGO, I may try to start a union, like make an actual union for that NGO, and use that to advocate for not only workers' rights, but foreigners' rights and foreign workers' rights and students' rights, children's rights, women's rights, legitimate rights, everything, all of it, because that's what I want my NGO to be for, is foreigners who need help and marginalized people who need help. And I don't know. I also kind of want to make a legal labor union that does Free Palestine rallies, because in Korea, if you're a foreigner and you go to political rallies, it is against the law, it's against your visa. That's an old, antiquated law that not many people have enforced against them anymore. It actually comes from the Chun Doo-hwan regime, the fascist dictator, the Trump regime of Korea, basically. One of them, there were several, but yeah, so actually the regime that Jun Taeil's thing was during, I believe it was during or like around the time of, no, it wasn't during it. I don't remember. I'm getting my timelines all mixed up, but there was a lot of like awful fascist dictatorship regimes in Korea for a while. Hey, look at distraction, sorry. And there's some awful things that happened in Korea. You can walk across that, I think you're allowed to. Oh, there's construction on this side, so I have to go to the other side. I'm gonna try it. The water's not super high. There's construction happening over there, so, and I think it's blocking the entire thing. So, oh my god, these stairs are crazy. This is literally rock climbing. I'm literally using my hands on all fours. Oh my god, that last step was like the height of me. My whole body. But basically, it makes it illegal for foreigners to advocate for political change in Korea, via like rallies and stuff like that. So they consider Korea's government considers Free Palestine to be a political movement, because you're asking politicians to do their job and protect people, but whatever. Not everybody sees Palestinians as people or whatever, I guess. And Korea certainly doesn't give a single crap about Palestine. Many of them don't even know what's happening in Palestine because they don't care. As a society, not as a group of people, but like, there are many Koreans who care very deeply about Palestine and what's happening in it, but as a majority on the whole, Koreans don't care about it because they don't even know about it. Because they're not getting that news over here. They're getting very heavily filtered news. I could have gone. I'm so mad. I could have gone across. I could have kept going. I'm a dingus. I'm a dingus and a dumbus. Whatever. I'd rather not be right next to a backhoe. You know what I mean? I'd rather not. I'd rather be far away from it, because my dad's a construction worker and I know how dangerous those things are. Actually, I don't know if that's a backhoe. I think it's a backhoe. Whatever it is. Not a bit. They're moving sidewalks and rocks and stuff. They're repairing stuff. Whatever. This is a more scenic route anyway, because the paths are fun or whatever. I actually like that path that we were just on better, but whatever. Anyway, it's illegal for foreigners to go to Free Palestine rallies in Korea. It's illegal for foreigners to go to any political rallies or political change rallies in Korea, but that's how political change needs to happen, because foreigners are being exploited and abused, because that's the way the Korean system was built. They just don't want us to actually participate in that, because then they would have to actually make that change to not exploit and abuse us, and then they wouldn't be able to rake in as many profits from their foreign workers. So, whatever. But basically, what the loophole in that is if the organization that runs, that like sets up, if the organization that puts on the rally is a labor union and you are legally part of that labor union, you're not covered by the law if it's a political rally, but you have a better argument in court if you do have to appeal deportation or something. It's still not good, but it's better than it would be if you were just going there raw, just no labor union isn't putting it on, whatever. Unfortunately, a lot of people in the labor union that I was part of for a while don't care about this law, and they advocate for us to break the law. So I don't like that. So we went to many illegal rallies, and they still do. I've quit since, but like the Women's Day March, the Women's Day Rally, illegal for us to go to. The seoul, no, there's no rally for seoul. The MTU rallies that we went to, illegal for us to go to, because we're not MTU. The Labor Day rallies and the Juntail Day rallies, they were legal for us to go to because our direct labor union was putting it on. As long as we didn't say anything political or like do a political chant or hold a political sign, we were kind of covered under that law. Even the presidential impeachment rallies, there were ways to attend those without breaking the law that much. If you go and you fully hide your identity just for safety, and you don't sing any of the songs or do any of the chants or hold any of the signs, you're just there. They can't arrest you for being a foreigner in Yoido during a protest. Especially if you're a labor union member. That's how certain foreigners have gotten away with it, with having gone there. I know they were trying to deport a lot of Chinese foreigners, for going to this rally, like one of the impeachment rallies. But I don't think they could actually deport them for it. Also, for the Korean government to invoke a law that was made by Chun Doo-hwan, that's a bad look. Chun Doo-hwan was horrible. Like really bad. Like the worst. Like, he was really bad. Like, oh my god. They do not like him here. They do not appreciate it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his regime, or the regime directly after him, which was still his regime, because it was still his people, I believe, I may be wrong though, were the last ones to do martial law in Korea. So there's no, before Yoon Suk-yeol did, which is why the impeachment rallies were happening. The reason that Koreans were so rightfully triggered by the fact that former President Yoon did the martial law, he passed martial law, he invoked martial law, was because of the recent 1980s, recent Korean history of genocide against a group of Koreans, an entire city of Koreans, during the 1980s under martial law. So that's a bad omen, and honestly, so is invoking any remaining legislature from that time period. Like a lot of the laws from the time period haven't been touched, but they haven't been revoked yet either, or repealed, I guess. But like, they haven't been invoked, but they haven't been repealed, so they still exist and could be invoked under certain, I'm gonna say regimes, because that's what they are. So it's it's quite an interesting situation. I haven't been showing you the stream the whole time. Here's the stream. It goes a long way, and it's like under Seoul. So this up here, the street level is Seoul. But this is under. It's like below. They built up. They built up basically to get over this. And I'm gonna cross right here where that lady was crossing. So I want to go back on the other side because I really like it. Because this side is prettier to look at. So when you're walking on this side, when you're walking on the far side, you can see this side, which is higher and has more plants. It's more beautiful. I'll show you. So this is what it looks like here. Kind of ugly. Like not ugly, but like not. You'll see, it's not nearly as pretty as it could be. I'm gonna cross on these Crocs. Oh my god. And then there's this. Way prettier than just a wall, right? So that is. You can see it's become more like, I don't know what the word is. It's less natural looking. None of it's natural because they've placed everything here. It's less natural looking and more like places for seating, sidewalk, stairs, instead of more natural looking stones. Because we're getting into the more districty, touristy part of the city. Is a district part of the city, or district part, a business part of the city, is not that far from the historical, one of the historical, like, major tourist areas, like the palace, Gyeongbokgung. And, what is it called? It's one of the big gates to the palace. Originally, like the palace walls, the big gates. It's not Seoul-dae-moon, not Namdae-moon. It's not Dongdae-moon. It's the other one. I don't know. It's what, I mean, I'll find it. It might be, I don't remember, but it's really famous. If I have the energy, I'll go over there. I'll walk over there with you. Because it's really not far from where we will end up after we follow the stream to the end. To the end of the modern day stream, I should say. This stream goes all the way down to Suwon, which is very far, like multiple hours away by train. Because I believe, and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong when we get to the information plaques, I believe the king would use this to travel from the palace to like a summer home type palace, where it's like a secondary palace in Suwon. That it's not like the national capital palace type of thing, but it was like it was an important. I don't think a lot of the kings were like they died there, they buried there, they were buried there, they were born there, whatever. Because it was like not a safe house by any means, because everybody knew what it was, but it was like a secondary house. It was not the main one. I don't know. I didn't read a book about it. I don't know that much in all reality. But they have bridges going over this because they put the name of the bridge up. I happen to know what these bridges are called. I don't care. I don't know where I am. Like, I just know I'm following a path that I'm familiar with. I don't know what the streets are called. But it's cool, so you can actually like get to know the city, get to know the place. Because a lot of these bridges are very important, because a lot of important things happen on bridges here. But I think, I may be wrong, so don't quote me on it, one of the independence movements was started, or a big event happened regarding it on a bridge. It was the independence from independence fight from. I'm sweaty and no, I can't think. They were fighting for independence from the Japanese imperialist nonsense. I got myself confused with words. There's really pretty flowers in that tree. Hold on, let me see if I can get a video in it. Pretty flowers. People are taking pictures and videos of the tree, and I don't want to get in their way. So I'm going to live in this country for the rest of my life, and I'll have many more years to see that tree. And if not, it's just a tree. It's fine. I saw it. I don't need a picture of it. I'm not going to go back and look at pictures of trees. I've taken pictures of the cherry blossoms every year, but I never look at them. There's no reason to. I saw them when I was taking the pictures. You know, it doesn't, whatever. Oh my God, I'm gonna die, man. I'm tired. I know, like, my health is not good and I should take care of my health and not do a lot of walking, but like walking also makes me feel better up here, but it makes me feel bad everywhere else. So I don't know. We'll see. I have to go to work at like 5:30 anyway in Gangnam, so I've got to get ready for that. Also, I have to go to Daiso to get, I said that really, Daiso, why did I say it like that? I have to go to Daiso to get hooks for my house, because I have to be able to hang up like a bath towel to dry between showers and everything. And I have to be able to like hang up some items and stuff, and so I have to get some hooks. That's one of the things I knew I would need to buy for my new house when I moved, but I didn't know what I needed to hang up and what I needed to get them for. So like there's a bunch of different types of hooks, and so I'm like, I don't want to buy a bunch of the wrong kind. The kitchen. So I don't know. Okay, this is actually okay, so if you've seen my other vlogs, you'll know that I used to take like what I called panic attack walks during the work day, like because I had split shifts when I worked at the adult English school or whatever, Hagwon or whatever, and I used to take panic attack walks between those two shifts because I was just so stressed and upset, and it was just a stressful and upsetting time in my life because the job was a nightmare and I wasn't being paid almost anything, and my house was really expensive, and I had a dog, and it was just like, it was just so much going on at once. This is where I used to take those walks. So if you've seen the other vlogs, I don't remember which ones I put up or haven't put up, you've seen this stream before. It's just really lots of plants now, and it wasn't before. It's a really pretty area. But when it rains a lot soon, because of rainy season, it's closed because it'll flood. You can't go down in it. Also, my old house in Chillon used to have a stream park that was like, it was another stream. It was not this one. It was another stream, but it was, God, I'm bloated. I don't feel good. It was another stream. It was a different one. It's called Dorimcheon, whatever. Same difference. And there was like a walking path that was like a park there too. It was really convenient. It was like a 1 or 2 minute walk from my house. And it was great for walking dogs. And it would lead from my house to another park. And so I used to walk that path and call my grandma on a video call every Sunday morning. Or most Sunday mornings. So it was really nice. But now my house isn't near any kind of parks like that. I could walk to those parks or take a bus or train to those parks. And I plan to do a video call with my grandma in those parks. Not near, but like in my city at some point. But I need to have a moment to breathe and settle, and I haven't been gifted that yet. But like for emergency flood, they have like these ladders to get out, and they have lights that light up at nighttime, even when it's not flooding or whatever. And they have like the stairs on that side, and they have like usually stairs on one side and a ramp on the other. I don't know. just kind of how it is. They do have like public trash cans here, which is really nice because you don't really see those a lot in Seoul. So it's nice if you want to just have like a picnic. I really want to go in this stream, but I don't think you're allowed to. They also have the ladders. You have like an upper level where you can walk technically, but there's like drainage things to drain into from the rain sometimes during like an emergency, like a flooding or something. So, oh, you can see better over here. That will like open up and allow water to flow into the stream area as like a, not sewage, but like the rainwater, because Korea is not built, okay, the country is fine and the land is fine, but the cities are not built for the weather that has happened on this peninsula since the beginning of time. So for reasons that I don't understand, they chose to build wrong. They chose to build the whole thing wrong for their own climate. And I believe it has a lot to do with American interference post-Korean War. But either way, it's Korea's problem now. They need to find solutions for it. They built a bunch of concrete jungles with no underground sewage or rainwater drainage systems. No like flooding preparations. That's why the 2022 rainy season flood was so devastating, because there's no measures to stop that from happening en masse. The ground in Korea, like the land, can't soak up the water that well because it's so like kind of not dry, but it's dry. It's like not good soil. Hello, pigeon. You can't see it, but that was a really cute pigeon. So it's like not really good sturdy soil for growing things or for absorbing rainwater. So as it is, the groundwater doesn't go in the ground. Doesn't really absorb well. And then when you add just like the fact that the majority of the land in certain areas is covered by concrete, tile, stones, city infrastructure or urban infrastructure, and then the housing is built like ass cheeks. So like everything floods, everything's damaged, everything's bad. It's really dangerous. We're living in concrete boxes in a flood zone all the time. Like it's very poorly designed for the natural things that happen in Korea. And as the climate is changing, each of those things that naturally happen in Korea are becoming exacerbated and like exaggerated and more and more and more. So it's become quite bad. Actually, they have recycle versus trash. So you can do byung is bottle, can is can. Pete is like PET, like the plastic bottles, and box is like the cardboard paper. And ilban means like regular, like general, and then suregi is trash. You have to sort it or you'll get fined. But like, they don't recycle it. They don't actually recycle it. So it's like, what am I doing all this sorting for if you're just gonna ship it off to another country to throw it away? If you're not actually gonna recycle it, why am I separating the different types of plastic? Because in like your neighborhood, sometimes you have to actually like separate the types of plastic. That's why PET is different from a plastic bottle. Drives me insane. Like, we know that you're not actually recycling whatever. All right, this is the painting I was talking about. I'm moving really fast, but it's fine. It's really big. It's the site of Hansan Bank, established in 1897 as the first bank in Korea. It later became Shinhan Bank and led the financial modernization of Korea. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Companies will just say whatever they want, but whatever. Shinhan Bank donated King Jung. I can't see this is a correct name. King Jungjo's. Hold on. Let me find the Korean. Where is it? Where does it say that in the Korean? Jungdo Daewon, yeah, Jungdo. I had to make sure I was saying it right. King Jungdo's procession to the royal tomb to give citizens a glimpse into the proud history. So, this stream was supposed to lead to a royal tomb, which I believe is, I don't know. But this is how they would have traveled, with a bunch of people or whatever. Guards, horses, little dudes in blue outfits. I don't know. I truly don't know what each of these mean. Like, the outfits, it's kind of like in Rome, the outfits the different outfits signify different, like, rankings or positions. Like, these guys have that outfit, but these guys have that outfit, so I don't know. So, seen at the front are soldiers, followed by eunuchs, officials responsible for keys, medical staff, and other individuals, including Lee Jo-won, that was just my tongue not working, a civil minister, the head of 50 soldiers, and special unit soldiers with standards. Steve, I don't know what that means. Followed by Shin Hwan-ji, Mother of Defense, Minister of Defense, and civil military government officials. At the end of the procession are 25 soldiers guarding the palanquin, some with bows and others with guns. Cool. Reserve military boys or whatever. You know, and as much as I love culture and history, I don't really care about this. I'm not the kind of person that cares about the way that they marched and the way that they formatted their, like, travels. Like, I'm not really someone who and that's not the kind of history and culture I'm interested in. I'm interested in the fact that Korea is one of the only older civilizations that had blue pigment. Like, that's really cool. I'm interested in the fact that they made soap back in the old days. I'm interested in the fact that they had makeup back in the old days that they made out of natural stuff. I'm interested in what the makeup style meant to people at the time. I'm interested in whatever with his spine. I don't know. That's the kind of historical stuff I'm interested in. I'm interested in the fact that the most famous king of Korea, King Sejong, died of diabetes. That's cool. It's terrible, but he was gonna die anyway because he's a human, right? But, like, it's really cool because, like, you actually get to see the reason that it's cool. Okay, let me go through it. The reason it's cool is because it has a lot to do with the way meats are priced in Korea now, which is interesting. It has an impact on Korea to this day, and it will always have an impact on Korea. But it's not always a widely known fact. A lot of people don't learn that in history class anymore. They used to, but not anymore. So, King Sejong really liked to eat. Specifically, he liked meat. Even more specifically, he liked red meat. So, like beef and stuff. That's why, to this day, beef is considered a royal meat. It's fancy schmancy. You don't eat beef every day. You eat beef from national holidays, like major things. Beef is still, to this day, more expensive than other meats for only this reason. Because in Korea, back in the day, cows were your resource. It was your car, it was your plow, it was your transportation source, it was your money source, you got milk from it. Like, you don't kill it. Cows usually only have one baby at a time, too, and you have to raise them, so you don't know. So, like, cows are a longer gestation period than chickens as well. Chickens are way easier to breed, they're way more common, they have more babies at a time. You can eat the eggs and you can eat the chicken itself. But cows, you get one or two and you breed them and you have three eventually after a long time. But then you can't have another one and breed those together because that's going to cause genetic issues in the cow. So when you had a cow, that was your cow. That was how you traveled. And they were, like, Korea has really harsh seasonal changes. So, like, there's a reason Korean food has like traditional Korean style food, has like blood sausages, pickled and fermented vegetables and things, because it was not easy to survive once the weather turned and the farming was not really possible anymore. Also because the soil is such booty cheeks here, not much naturally grows. So like my hometown in St. Louis, our area, the Midwest, has similar seasons as Korea, similar intensity, similar type, whatever, right? But we can grow a lot of fruits and vegetables in our area because our soil is different. Korea's soil is not very suitable for agriculture or horticulture. So it's best if you can get those foods and preserve them as much as possible. That's why there's not a lot of natural fruits in Korea that grow naturally. That's why there's not a lot of vegetables that grow naturally in Korea. They have to use a lot of like tech and greenhouses and stuff like that to grow a lot of the fruits and vegetables that they have here. That's why Jeju tangerines are so special, because they grow there naturally, and that's really cool, and that's a huge source of fruit for Korea. But back in the day, you don't just kill your only cow. But you're not rich enough to have multiple cows. You don't have expendable cows, basically. You don't have spare cows you can just eat for dinner. So that's very important. That's why they have this, why they eat things like the cow intestines, and the cow stomach, and the cow tongue. Because they're trying to use every bit of it that they can. Chicken feet. They eat chicken feet. They eat liver. They eat all these things. Because they need to eat everything possible to... When you kill your cow and you butcher it and you eat it, that's a big deal for your family. So then King Sejong loved red meat, specifically beef. And so it's a big deal because it's very expensive. And a lot of the royal foods are made with beef. That's why if you look at the recipes, a lot of them say royal blah 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 blah, but it's like a beef patty. And also that's to this day why Korean cheeseburgers are mixed with ground beef and pork. It's not meat. It is meat. It's not a beef burger. It's pork and beef burger. So if you're of a religion or a lifestyle that can't eat pork, you just can't really eat a lot of meat here. You're kind of stuck with just chicken. Oh my God, I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. Oh my God. Okay. And now you can see we're in like a business district. We're back where I used to work, kind of. Oh, hey, look. Speaking of chicken, there's also Office Depots here. I kind of want to go into the Office Depot. Office Depot. God, I cannot breathe. Oh my God. Okay. It's actually very quiet today, which is weird. There's usually a ton of protests going on here. There's usually a ton of protests going on every day. Okay. A policeman. He's coming. Oh, Lord, he's coming. He looked at me. What did I do? He probably heard me. I do not like the cops in Korea. I don't like the cops in any country. I don't like the cops at all. I'm gonna go into the Office Depot. Depot the office pan. Okay, let's go. Just look around. I should not buy anything. Hello. Oh, okay, these are, I love these colors because they come in so many colors. You don't see a lot of them here, but they have a bunch of them. And so you have like different nuances in what tones and colors you have. I have like 50 of them at home. Because like this, there's 2 pinks, there's oranges, yellows, all this stuff is really good. But like these ones just have one of everything. But these ones have different tones of each. So it's good for differentiating. So yeah, umbrellas. Do I need any stationery from? I might. Actually, might need some. I don't know what I need. All I know is that I cannot breathe right now. Okay. I don't need anything from the pen section. I have all the pens I need. Go back to chips. I don't need label stickers right now. Don't need mouse pads, phone cases, headphones. I don't need any of that. I know I need stuff, but I was gonna write down what I needed, but I forgot. I have a printer that I need to set up. And I'm wondering if I should set it up on like one of those, like these things, like Rise, the monitor. But I don't know how much space it'll take. I don't know, because it's gonna take up like half my desk. Oh, they have these things. I'll never need it. Those things that like people with ADHD, they just really want it, like a whiteboard. You just want to get it, but you're like, what am I gonna use it for? Nothing. You don't need it, but you want it. They have extension cords, outlets, and stuff like that. Do they have They have the converters for your outlets. I don't need one, but I also have USBs, which is good. I know I don't need one. I have a bunch of external. I have 2 external outlets. Fingerprint. Okay. Oh, the air conditioning is very nice in here. Oh, here we go. Here's the external hard drives. They've become so much more expensive than they used to be. They have whiteout, they have erasers. What do I need? I know I need... I haven't started to... I just set up my desk in my house yesterday. So I need stuff for stationery and everything, but I don't remember what I need. Well, I don't know what I need. Like, I know that I need some stationery. Like, I know that I need, like, clips and stuff, like paper clips and stuff, but I don't know exactly what I need or how much I need, and I don't want to spend more than I need to. I'm gonna go to Daiso today, too. I mean, but these scissors are not expensive, so they're $1. I don't know, do I want to check out today? Like, that's the thing, is, like, I want to buy stuff, but do I want to go check out how to deal with that? That's the real question. I probably need like a post-it note notepad type of thing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. That's the problem. I need to come back when I have a more solid idea of what I need. But I'm not gonna, I'm never in this area. A multi-gun tacker. That sounds fun. No, it doesn't sound fun. It sounds scary. It sounds like a staple nail gun, which is what it is. Oh my god, that's so cute. Magnets. See, but I'll never use. Because why would I, I don't need that. What am I saying about? See, you can get stuff like this on the online shopping thing, but it's more like human to go outside. I just don't want to go outside. I know I need like tape for stuff, but I don't know what I need it for again. I really should have figured that out. Oh, it's a balloon blower upper. It looks crazy. I don't need rubber bands because for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe someone can tell me why. Nobody's watching this long into the video. But the dog potty pads, like the pee pads, come with rubber bands. A package of rubber bands. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. They have like toothbrushes and stuff here, which is crazy. Why? Why do they have toothbrushes at the Office Depot? Stamping. Oh, they have purple stamping. That's cool. Cute little miniature things. So cute. Let's see what else they have. That's snacks. They have books. They have a compass. Okay, cool. They have tools. They have Febreze. They have Crocs. They have these little cabinet things, which I do like them, but they're expensive, and you can get worse quality but cheaper ones at Daiso. They have plastic spoons. They have kitchen knives. That's bizarre. They have everything. This is a everything shop. Okay, cool. I'm trying to decide if I need those little like nubby things that go on the corners of the tables, because I don't know if I'm gonna hurt myself on the table or not. Not intentionally. Don't do a wellness check on me, Jonathan. You'll know what that means after in a couple of months when I make that vlog. Because, oh my god, I have to meet with a lawyer about it first. That's why I have to wait. I love all these color papers. Okay. I do need stationery stuff, but I don't know what I need, so I'll either come back another time or suffer without it. I don't know. Alright, I do. Oh god, why do I always feel the need to buy stuff from stationery stores? Why is that a thing that happens to my brain? Okay. Where's the Daiso? I don't know where one is. There's gotta be one around here. But I also don't want to look at the map to figure it out. I just don't want to do it. Oh my god. Okay. I'm feeling better physically than I was. But also I haven't been checking my texts. God, my landlord texted me. Oh, anxiety. Okay, that just ruined everything I just said. Okay. Oh, I don't feel better than I did now. I'm having anxiety. I should probably take one of those as-needed anxiety pills that my psychiatrist said to take. Oh, God. I don't feel good. I'm upset. Okay. Oh. I've got to find a place to sit down and chillax a bit before I use my gosh darn marbles. Whatever body of water this is, it smells like a bomb. Alright, here's a bench. Okay, I gotta go. I'm having a lot of anxiety about this. Alright, full circle. Still don't feel good. Bye. Hello, just kidding, I'm back. I said I was gonna go because of the landlord texting me and stuff and me getting anxious. I read his text. He basically was like, I'll see you in court. I'm gonna file criminal charges against you. And I'm like, for what, bestie? For what? What have I done? I've done nothing wrong. I've honored the lease agreement, and I've honored the verbal agreement that broke the lease that you initiated. And I've got all of that on recording. I've got all the evidence documenting it. You are the only one that has done crime, sir. Yes, I have unpaid rent for a month and a half. I have attempted to pay it back to you, but I have no money to pay it back to you with. So I need you to pay me my deposit back so then I can transfer you that unpaid rent money. But no, you keep trying to deduct random, arbitrary amounts of money from the deposit, which is illegal. I have requested exact receipts for the cost that he said that he's only going to give me back like 2 or 1.5 or 2 million of my 5 million deposit. That's not why. He says I didn't pay rent for 5 months. Untrue. So I sent him screenshots of my bank transfers of me paying him rent to his personal account. And then he's like, well, you still owe me $600 or $600,000 for the rent. And I was like, no, I don't. The amount I owe is approximately $530,000, which is not that far from $600,000, but That's still the incorrect amount. Why are you not being exact with this money? This is money. He doesn't have the 5 million to give me in mind, I think, because he's trying so hard to cut it down. So then eventually the highest amount he said he would give back is 4.2 million. And I was like, why did you cut so much off of it? I gave you 5 million and I only owe you 530,000. So you should be giving me at the very least 4.46 million, 4.47 million. And then he was like, well, you owe me for 250 for cleanup fees. And I was like, show me the receipt. Show me the receipt. Show me the receipt, brother. Show me the receipt. Show it to me. Show it to me right now. And he wouldn't. So I'm like, you can't just say that it cost 250,000 to clean up the house when I gave you 100,000 for the cleaning fee anyway. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What service did you contract to clean? What do you mean clean up? What do you mean clean up? Do you mean dispose of old furniture that's in there that you don't want? Do you mean change the wallpapers and the flooring, which is your job to do out of your pocket, because that's not my job? Is it what is it? What are you cleaning? You didn't clean it before I came in. There was old furniture and dust and crap and garbage and spiders and crickets everywhere. What do you mean by clean it up? Why does it cost 250,000 plus the 100,000 that I already gave you? Why are you just cutting? And now today he says that I owe several $100,000 to him because of the rent. Is 530,000 that I owe him. Not even. It's a little bit less than that. But that's the nearest even 10,000 amount. God, the wind. But then also he's saying that I didn't pay my TV bill, which I did. He's saying I owe 49,000 for 6 months on the TV. Well, I've paid most of those months, and each month is only 2,500. There's no way. There's no way that I was there that I didn't pay the TV for 25 months or whatever the hell it is. That's insane. So no, we're calling no on that one. That's longer than my lease in total. Unless I'm just wrong and I'm just making up numbers and I'm just not doing the math right. That's way longer than I would have lived there. None of this is included in the lease also, by the way. If you have extra fees and tax and a lot of landlords, they include fees the water bill, because they'll pay it directly for you because it's easier to pay certain bills for the tenants as for the whole building, but then the tenants have to pay them back, right? So in the lease it'll say this is how much you owe for the rent, this is how much you owe for the halibi, or management fee, maintenance fee. The maintenance fee is typically all those other things, but then also a little bit of an amount for the landlord, because they'll provide you, usually if you have more, they call it options, more if your house is fully furnished, or if you have a gas stove, or if you have a bathtub or something special that most apartments don't have, automatically you'll pay a little extra, so you'll pay a little fee for that. That's usually in the halibi, or the management fee. But there's no halibi for this lease. There's none. It says on the lease there's nothing. You just pay the 350,000 a month for rent, and that's all. And then the 100,000 for cleaning when you move out, which I have agreed to pay. I've agreed to let him take that out of my deposit. And he still was no, you need to pay me a bunch of extra. And the amounts keep changing. That's the thing. I do owe him for unpaid gas bills because nobody ever sent me any gas bills, and I don't have a way to pay it as a foreigner here. You can't pay it paperless. And I asked them to help me set up paper bills to it, but then they just didn't. So it's on them because I don't have a way to do that. And I can't call them because there's no English line, and I can't speak Korean, and I don't have a Korean person to pull out of my pocket to just speak Korean on the phone for me for this. So I told him all of this. He knows all of this is true. So he is saying that I owe a bunch for the gas, which I probably do. I probably owe a couple hundred, or at least 100-something thousand for the gas bill. The problem is I can't pay it if I don't have the bills. But he is trying to make me pay it out of my deposit to him. He's just going to take that money out of my deposit. you're not. No, you're absolutely not. That's insane. I'm not going to let you, because you've been trying to steal my money this whole time. You've been trying to say that I owe you for this, this, and this, and then he's been trying to say that I didn't pay rent ever. He's been trying to say that I didn't ever pay any of my bills, and I did, and I have proof that I have. So there's no way he's actually going to take this money and properly pay it to the gas company, and there's also no way that he's telling the truth about the amount that I owe to the gas company. He's very likely lying about it. He's very likely just going to take it and leave me in debt, so I'll have to pay it twice, one to him and one to the gas company. So absolutely not. No. So I've asked him, can you show me the bill that says that's how much I owe? Because if I have the bill, then I can pay it, and I can probably pay it with the money I have right now. Don't take it out of my deposit. I don't consent to you doing that. Because that's not how they normally do it here. He's trying to lie and say this is how we do it here. It's not. I know people who are landlords in Korea. That's not how they do it. Sometimes, yes, if it's easier and you agree and there's documentation of exactly how much you owe, you have to show the person the bill and then give them like an itemized like breakdown of what it is. And I tried asking him for that, like if there's any repairs that need to be made, if there's any overdue bills, if there's any of this, make an itemized invoice and send it to me. And I'll do the calculations and I'll double check everything and make sure that it's correct, and then I'll authorize you to take that out of my deposit. He's like, no, you just have to trust me. I'm like, you need to put your pride aside for a minute. Don't be offended that I can't believe you. You've lied to me so many times. Of course I don't believe you. Why would I believe a liar who's trying to steal my money when he's talking about how much I owe for money? Like, what? Oh, I'm so mad. Also, earlier in the video I was talking about that, the other historic area that's kind of like near the business district. I'm in it right now. This is this guy. And there's the palace is over here. Oh, I'm out in front of him. That's the palace over there. What I was talking about. Now I gotta find this Daiso, which means I have to like look at the map, and that means I have to close out of the video. But yeah, no, this guy's insane. He's lost it. He actually, I could report him for stalking, because he keeps texting me after I told him not to, and like a lot of his texts are very threatening and scary. And if someone is like texting you threatening and scary texts and you've asked them to stop, or even if you haven't asked them to stop but they've just been doing that, I believe that's under the stalking laws in Korea. So that'll be interesting. I have a meeting with a lawyer on Sunday, community lawyer on Sunday, to see what to do next. I've given the landlord 7 days to pay my deposit in full, 4.9 million, which is the 5 million minus the 100,000 cleaning fee that I rightfully owe him. I've invoked the housing laws. Not invoked. I've mentioned, like, I've quoted the Housing Act and the article and everything. So he knows he has to do something. So the next step, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is A, file a police report for stalking or whatever criminal things he's done to me, which the lawyer will help me figure out. And B, there's a certain, like, legal demand letter that's like, you need to pay me my deposit back, MFR. But like legally, like in legal terms, in like legal speak. So I'll send that to him, probably with the help of this lawyer, and hopefully that'll make him do it. And then I will pay him properly what he needs, and I will settle the gas company stuff and any TV company stuff that I need to settle. But also, I'll be getting the TV bills to my new house anyway. So, like, all of that will move over to my new residence. So, like, I'll be getting the rollover bit. Like if let's say, for example, I didn't pay the TV thing, and there's a little bit of interest if you don't pay it, I'll just have to pay what I owe at the next time I get the TV bill. So, like, it's not connected to the property as much as it's connected to the person, because it's you, right? So like I'll owe anyway. Like I'll get someone to help me call the gas company so I can pay the bill properly. Like I'm not trying to leave people in debt. I just don't have the money to do all that if he doesn't pay me back that $5,000 that I gave him for a deposit legally. Even if the landlord evicts you and you're found criminally guilty of like squatting or whatever or something like that, you still are owed your deposit back. It's ridiculous, but whatever. It is what it is. It'll be what it'll be. I gotta go. I'll try to upload this video today, actually, like right now, actually. Just get it out, get it done. I'll probably do that. Alright, bye.